Hi Sagittarius, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Sagittarius Tarot and another timeless reading. This happens every Wednesday. I hope you're gonna enjoy what this reading has in store for you. This reading takes you on a voyage, a spiritual voyage in particular. And it's like a spiritual trip, right? Whenever you do have questions, whenever you're pondering, or whenever you just want to binge watch, it will answer the questions with 6 main cards, talking about what are you feeling right now, why are you feeling like that, how to move forward, who is going to help you, where will you find that, and when will it all manifest. Without further ado, let us see where this voyage trip, or spiritual voyage, or spiritual trip, right, is going to take you and me. Buckle up, Saggy. You're gonna love the destination and the journey. Tell me, what is Sagittarius feeling right now? What is Sagittarius feeling right now? So, Saggies. Ooh, what's going on? What Saggies are feeling, or the Saggies that are tuned into this reading right now, they are feeling anger. The 4 of Cups. Okay, well, something, Saggy, is like pissing you off, triggering you. You can see shattered glasses, shattered things, mainly glasses, because these are the cups, and the cups are the emotions, and when they shatter, you're angry. Well, in the traditional tarot, you know, the 4 of Cups is that card where the person is offered like a glass and they're like contemplating it. I don't know, like it's more apathy, whatever. Like in this case, it's anger though. So you're feeling very, very angry. You're feeling agitated. Maybe this is talking about some sort of disappointment. Let's see. I'm going to also be clarifying this, introducing these clarifiers everywhere, because I think they're a good way for us to be more specific and less vague, probably, in all of the readings, as much as possible, of course, because these are for our little community. We're not a lot of people in this community, but which makes it easier to read to. But yeah, it's different. Like this is not a one-on-one reading at the end of the day. So yeah. Let's see. So what are you angry about? Okay. Okay. This gives it a whole new meaning. So probably you're angry or dissatisfied or antsy or frustrated or whatever, because something that you've been wanting to happen a long time ago just happened, a wish coming true, but you cannot help, as much as you're happy and as much as you're sad, like as much as you enjoyed receiving it and as much as you're grateful, because this is not to say that you're ungrateful for the blessings that you just received, but you cannot help this timing cannot help but arise certain feelings to the surface of why now, since it was about to happen, shouldn't I have received it a long time ago, back where I needed it, back when I needed it? You know, that type of feeling? Without continuing the reading though, I'm here to tell you before doing that maybe you receiving it now has a different purpose. You just didn't figure it out yet. Like if you wanted that a long time ago, it was for a different purpose, and now that you received it, maybe it has a different purpose. You just didn't uncover it yet, but you still have to deal with all those feelings bubble up to the surface of anger. You know, because it is what it is. And so I'm gonna give you like different example. Let's say you wanted to, get paid a sum a long time ago, or you wanted an apartment, to own an apartment or a house a long time ago, or you wanted a new car a long time ago, or you wanted a relationship a long time ago, or you wanted to travel, you wanted whatever it is, right? You wanted something like a long time ago. And so you were fantasizing about it. Back when the wish was placed, back was when the intention, because we're going to look at it as a timeline. Back when the intention was placed, you were that person. And that person had many dreams and intentions and priorities and all that, right? So you placed that wish based on that. So maybe you wanted an apartment. Okay, this is not going to make sense. I'm just going to say stuff that comes to my mind, right? Just for me to illustrate the example. So maybe you wanted an apartment back in the day to throw ragers and home parties and house parties and, you know, have your girlfriends or boyfriends or themselves like invite, like living with you on the weekends, and you wanted to, you know, express yourself through that. Or you wanted a fancy new car back when you were, let's say, very young, in order to like carpool and go on road trips and whatever. Or you wanted to like travel to certain destinations because you had this movie, you know, like in your head about how you're going to do it, what you're going to be wearing, who you're going to be with. So we have like a preconceived, what I'm trying to paint a picture is like we have a preconceived notion of where we want it, when we want it, how we want it. That's why with age and wisdom, we know right now that the universe knows better and that we gotta want what we want. But the journey is all about embracing, you know, like less resistance and being in flow and being tapped in, because it is all about, because we cannot tell the why, the when, the how, and probably because we have this fantasized image of what we want at the moment, but the universe knows better and it will get us what we want, but in a different format at a different time in our lives with different priorities to serve us in a different way, right? Because as much as we are one with the universe, we don't know it all. So this person, you know, like the time flies and here you became another person, but you're still wishing for that same wish. You see, the wish remained the same, but it's a different context now. And so time flies and flies and flies and flies, and that wish remains the same. But the thing is, and this is where all these feelings will arise, is that right now, right after all that time that's passed, you are a different person with different intentions and different priorities and different needs. So you receiving that same wish might feel as if it's like a slap. Sorry, I'm not gonna edit that out. Bless me? Yeah, bless me. So, you receiving that right now, yeah, it's gonna arise all these feelings, because as much as on the surface the wish still feels the same, but really a lot has changed. So these feelings arise, you're dealing with them. Why? But remember that all this anger and that you need to let out against the universe is only that. It's only an expression in the moment, because once you release it, then you become unstuck about the old ways, and then you start becoming open. You know, just like that, when I sneezed, I released energy. You release, and then you start to become open to receiving new answers. And once you're open to that new situation, then you're going to start to make sense of it all. But wait, but now maybe I have more wisdom, so I can do this with this. Or maybe I know better now how to make it look, or maybe now I still have a dream in that same sense to express, let's say, my wild side, or to whatever it is, but it has taken a different format now because I'm in a different age, I have different priorities, different friends, different dreams, different all of that. So you see, it's still the blessing, it's still the same blessing, but under different circumstances, and for you to be able to not only accept but celebrate this new context and see the wisdom of the wise, you're not going to be able to do that before you release all that anger. And this will lead you to the last and fourth situation, which is like enlightenment and empowerment. Because after you release the anger and after you start to seeing all the ways this is playing positively now in your life, that you received it, and that it's better to receive it now than to never have received it, as of course, right? But it's like you wallow in that, like that misery is comfortable for you. You wallow in it because sometimes like we tell ourselves, well, as if, well, if it never happened, it would have been better because at least I would have known that I wasn't destined to have it. But now that I have it, why, Lord, why? Why didn't I have it back then when I desperately needed it or something like that? You desperately need it now, you just don't know it. Anyhow, so to go back to that fourth state of empowerment, enlightenment, this is when you realize all the good things of how you're going to put this to use now and how it is such an amazing blessing. And the fourth period of enlightenment, empowerment comes, and it starts to show you all the ways that if you received it back at that context would have gone wrong, would have not been good for you, would have taken you on a spiral down journey. And then you understand the wisdom of the universe, and then you're like, oh, thank you, universe. And then you're like, hey, get it. See? So it's a whole journey of emotion. Now, this also is talking about, maybe, this is another interpretation of this, that lately you've been asking for things. So maybe you've been asking for more abundance, because this is the card of gluttony. And so maybe you've been asking for more abundance, more money, more food, more time on your hand, more whatever it is. So whatever that, maybe more traveling, more whatever that more that you've been asking for, you didn't notice, or you didn't, because, you know, you're not a know-it-all. So you didn't put in mind, you didn't connect the dots that whenever you do receive more of that, then it's going to, automatically create more of something else, and then you're sort of pissed at yourself, not at the universe, for wanting that and getting that because you didn't know you're gonna get there. Example, you wanted a lot of I don't know, let's say extra money for you to be able to go out more to restaurants, let's say, and so you receive that so sad money. And you forget that you were following a certain diet. And then all of a sudden you're going out to all these restaurants and you were healthier before, right? And then you discover like, I received that extra money. I'm going to my restaurants. My wish is coming true. And then bam, you F up your whole diet. You fuck up yourself. Then you look at yourself. You're like, what have I done with myself? I've been eating so bad. Before I was so healthy. Couldn't I be like more balanced? Like, what did I do? I fucked myself, right? So that's like, let's say one example of this scenario. This could be, I was asking for an extra amount of money because things are really tight. I cannot pay my bills. Really, fuck my life. Everything is calculated, stuff like that. You receive extra money, and because you received it, in your mind, you were asking for it in order to, you know, for that reason. And then you end up receiving all that money, let's say, and splurging it and spending it, and you enjoy all that, right? But you still feel like, fuck, I wanted that extra money to feel more stable, and I ended up spending it on other things, and I still feel unstable, let's say, right? Something like that. You asked maybe for more time, or, right? Let's say you ask for more time, and the universe comes here and it takes away some things, and it's giving you more time, and then suddenly you're like, fuck, but I'm bored now. I didn't notice that this and this and this were actually giving me, you know, keeping me busy in a good way. All of that. We can talk hours about this, but enough, because like I felt like I really dived deep into this card, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. I just wanted to express and try to explain to you that anger and that situation. So let's see, why were you feeling, right, that angry? See, there's sorrow caused by that. And we will get the Six of Cups. You get the Six of Cups. Okay. Just 1 second. Oh, I just wanted to make sure about a certain symbol in the original tarot. Yeah. So that was empathy, like here it's anger. The Six of Cups card in the original tarot is more about like harmony in relationship, and it's all about what do you call it, like nostalgia and things. Here it talks about sorrow, about missed opportunities, right? Because it's nostalgia, so it's about like missed opportunities, perceived, we're gonna call them perceived missed opportunities now that we know better. All those what ifs, I got that at that moment in time. Although, what if I did that back then? What if things happen differently? But really, all these what ifs are just in your head. You never know, like, if you received what you received back in the day, if it would have been unfolded the way you're seeing it now. This is just a construct in your mind, because if all of us really knew everything that's going to happen, we would have all been the Almighty God, right? Which isn't the case. And so yeah, so that's why you're feeling anger. You're feeling angry about like certain missed opportunities from the past, related to a delayed blessing, but it was none of that, I think, right? That's the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, exactly. So you feel that, let's say, if you received that back in the day, you didn't have to hustle all that much, and all that hustling made you miss certain precious key moments. But it is not the case, Saggies. It is not the case. That hustle was needed both for your sanity, security, productivity, for your pocket, for all those experiences, for learning, for growing. Whatever you're feeling, that is because of a fantasy that you concocted in your mind, a fantasy that you created, that cannot be more far away from the actual truth of what would have happened. So really trust in the divine timing of things and let go of all that anger and all that sorrow related to these timely blessings. All right. You know, let's say you receive a lump sum right now, and let's say, and see, I was talking all about that money, and it was true, like, because look, like, you get the Pentacle suit. I was driven to talk about it from that aspect more than from a relationship aspect. And look what you get, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is talking about, let's say, like, you receive a lump sum, or you receive whatever it is, right, that you receive. You would have said, like, I could have not. Instead of me spending that time hustling, I could have used that time, let's say, to spend more time with my family, with my kids, with my community, doing things like that. I would have been able to travel the world. I would have been able, yada, 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 yada. When in fact, that was not your destiny. That was not your journey. This is your journey. You needed to hustle. You needed to do. You needed to put down your head. You don't know how blessed and protected you were. If you received that wish back in the day, it could have played in so many different scenarios that you are unaware of. Maybe you could have even died, you know, like, life is funny like that. Maybe you could have even, let's say, went on that trip and, I don't know, like, tripped and broke your neck, right? Like, you wouldn't even be here. Like, that's an extreme scenario, obviously, but I mean, there's a bajillion ways that scenario could have gone wrong. And so you just need to let go of all that anger and soreness toward the timeliness of that wish. And I feel you have a lot of that, and you need to release it. And it's normal. Like, don't be too hard on yourself. It's normal for us to dwell and you know, get lost in the fantasy. And then with years, we feed it so many emotions and so many expectations and so many things on how we want our life to unfold, that we stop being open. We stop allowing the flow to come and go. Easy come, easy go. Easy come, easy go. See, so you really need to just, be open. But for that to happen, you gotta let go of these feelings. Now let's see how to move forward from all that energy. Loving today's timeless reading. They're getting longer though, so I don't know. Please let me know if they're becoming too long for you, these readings. I'll make them shorter again. I'll stop clarifying, because with the clarifications, they're gonna become all like towards the 40-minute range, and they were 20 minutes. So I don't know, maybe you get bored of me yapping. So let me know if you like this longer formats and less vague readings. Okay, let's see. Let's see how to move forward from all that energy. You get the Woman of Cups, which is rejoice in the pleasures and the sensual, but you got it as reversed. And with it, you're going to get the Fool in reverse. So how to move forward, what this is telling me is that you gotta linger in that emotion for a while. Like, this is happening all for a reason, and in order for you to move forward, this is not the press of a button, right? This is not this. Look what's gonna happen. Ooh. Okay. So this is not the press of a button. This is not like touch and go. This is not like you going from anger and soreness to immediately going through on the Fool or new journey and embracing that wish and yeah, let's do this. No. And you can't, even though you like received now the blessing or the wish, it's not time to fully immerse yourself in a hedonistic pursuit and traveling, holidays, splurging, taking time for yourself, less hustle, all of that, like rejoicing energy. I think the universe is asking you, and that is why also, that is part of the divinely plan of you receiving it now. It was meant for it to allow you to surface and all these feelings of anger and soreness and sorrow to bubble up. That was the intention of this exact timing, in order for you to deal with them, express them, channel them, let them out, and then start creating new after a while. So you are asked to linger in that for many reasons. First, you need to process all that anger and sorrow. Second, maybe you're gonna learn something while processing. Third, maybe all that angered energy and sorrow energy, if channeled correctly and creatively and in healthy ways, maybe it will give you a purpose for later. Maybe it's gonna be expressed in a piece of art. Maybe it's going to be expressed in a creation of yours. Maybe that creation of yours even goes viral, and maybe that will even like make your wish tenfold later on. And what you thought you wanted, you're gonna get it like 10 times. So you don't know how things will play out. All you need to do is just channel and process those feelings. That wish and blessing can wait to be implemented. And then rejoicing, and then the Fool's journey will start gloriously. I'm telling you, gloriously. You're just asked to do this now. So let's see who is going to help you deal with all that energy. Who is going to help you deal with that energy? The Hermit. How beautiful. Like, this is the perfect card for that quest. Really the perfect card for that quest. The Hermit asks you to sit between you and yourself, meditate, take time out, sit with your thoughts, sit with your feelings, and just, go out in nature, be still. And this is what is going to help you deal with all that. Maybe also take a mini trip of silence. You can go to spend like by yourself. Well, it doesn't have to be that extreme, but it can like spend 2 days in silence, like a silent retreat. Go to a retreat, or just be yourself. Sometimes you can just go up the drive, like a long drive, or hike the mountains for a couple of hours, or just sit by a stream of river or by the ocean, whatever it is, like whatever maybe just like sitting at home, binge watching Netflix for all I care. Just That is what's going to help you being in that Hermit energy. And the Hermit is a major arcana. That means it's going to happen. And it's number 9. It's really your house. So you're meant to go through that. And the 9 is the house of Jupiter, expansion, luck, you know, all that expansion, all that food you ate, all those kilos you gained. So yeah, it's expansion. It's make sense of all of this, right? Make sense of it all. And then that is what's going to help you. And the Hermit, always there's the promise of clarity. Whenever you do strike that clarity, bam, the flow of energy goes back. You find that light, and then you understand everything, and you understand how to move forward with all of this. And so, yeah, that is what's going to help you. See? It's going to help you tap into the Queen of Pentacles energy. So I wasn't mistaken when I was telling you that anger and sorrow energy is going to be like, when channeled properly through the Hermit energy and through Woman of Cups in reverse and Full reverse, like by wallowing and sitting with them and processing all those feelings and channeling them, whether in art, dance, physical exercise, writing, exercising, whatever it is, they're gonna either be a medium that goes viral or that like becomes a success, or they give you an idea of doing something that will bring you success, or they'll put you in a state of mind where you're going to be very successful. Whatever it is, it's going to take that little wish that you thought was grand at the time, right? But now times are different, and then you're going to multiply that times 10. And with the Queen of Pentacles, you're going to be able to realize all that security that you have in your mind so much that you will become even the nurturer of people. Also, the Queen of Pentacles talks about being a nurturer or provider. So with the Hermit card coupled, this is saying like how, like who is going to help you is also you nurturing yourself, because this is a nurturing energy with the Hermit. And so nurturing yourself pentacle wise, that means giving yourself enough time, enough sleep. You gotta nap a lot, you gotta sleep a lot, eat, right? This is eating, unless, right? Like eat healthy choices though, if the option was expanding your race. But you know, like being well fed, well taken care of, being sensual, eating things that, you know, your palate enjoys, drinking things you like, organizing your closet maybe, anything that just, you know, helps you get in touch with that physical aspect. Very, very nice. Then let's see, where will you find that Hermit energy and that Queen of Pentacles energy? Where will Saggy find it? And they will find it in success, in the Ace of Worlds, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Very nice. So probably you're gonna be starting something new. So doing something therapeutic that has the potential of becoming very successful. See how everything is like really lining up with this reading? As I'm talking, it's really unfolding the same way I'm developing this reading. It's amazing. So let us rewind a little bit and imagine a scenario. Let's just say anything. You wanted a lot of money, you didn't have it, you thought you're gonna like, I don't know, live all that like wild life. That's why now that you received it later, early, you're angry at yourself about the timing. Then you feel all these sorrows about all these missed opportunities of all of these, like, what if, what could I've done, instead of me being like, I don't know, like drowning in that donkey work that I was doing, which you don't know that it's donkey work. Like now, all those skills that you develop here, you're gonna use them now in your ultimate success. But anyhow, besides the point, so you're like feeling the sorrow, now that you received your wish, you're not going to rejoice. You're not going to like go into fools. You're going to sit with your feelings. You're going to process them. You're going to channel them. You're going to sit with yourself and nurture yourself. And as you do that, let's say this is a scenario. I don't know. Let's say you decide to do something therapeutic. So maybe start taking pictures or writing or whatever it is. And this is talking about something methodical, and this is talking about something new and about something that has the potential to make money, because it's the pentacles as well. So, and also this is like, there's Jupiter here, there's all these planets, so we're talking about you. And so probably maybe you're gonna do, I don't know, like knitwear, and you're gonna sell them. Maybe you're gonna do crafts. Maybe you're gonna create something, maybe physical too, It could be digital consumption, but content creation, but this, because there's a lot of planets and Jupiter, but this can also be something physical because we're talking the Queen of Pentacles. And so as you're doing that, you are healing yourself and you don't know the success that's going to come out of this. Like, very nice. Very, very, very nice. So that's where you will find that. Let us clarify. Where will you find that success? In the Queen of Cups? See, so it is an activity that first and foremost is very emotionally fulfilling to you. And with the Queen of Wands, Cups, maybe you learned that activity, or you were inspired by the activity by someone who makes you feel loved. So maybe if this is a mother or a celebrity figure that's your idol, or a friend that you admire, or a mentor that you get inspired from, whatever it is, or something, maybe because we were talking nostalgia and the sorrow, maybe this is something that you witnessed while you were young, like someone doing it, whether it's knitting, writing, doing something, creating clothing, baking, whatever it is, right? Like, you cannot but feel like very warm and fuzzy feelings when you see it, because it reminds you of your childhood, and maybe because of that it makes you feel safe, and maybe because of that you're going to take that and feel safe doing it and healing. But of course, you're a different person with so many experiences and so much wisdom that you're going to do it with another take, with a new spin, with a new format, and hence you're going to create something new and you're going to have all that success with it. Does it make sense now? Let's see where all of that will manifest. So whenever you do, like, watch this reading, because this is a timeless reading, maybe in 10 years you're going to watch it and it's going to resonate, it's going to make total sense for whenever you do. Again, talk about timing, right? So maybe you're going to be like, fuck, I wish I watched that readings like 10 years ago. What would have happened? But then no, and then anger, sorrow, and then all of this makes sense. So let's see, when will all of that manifest? The irony of a timeless reading. Oppression, 5 of Wands. And so this is talking about oppression or competition or oppressing yourself. And so when will all of this manifest is whenever you stop punishing yourself for what happened or for what's happening, right? And you start to be more open, like I said, and, you know, experiment with the gifts that you have and embrace fully that wish that was granted to you, that you still don't know all the reverberations for it. See, and this is the Chariot in reverse. And so you gotta, like, this is when it will manifest. If you got like the Chariot, let's say like that, I would have said like it's going, like it's very fast. But the fact that it's reversed, again, this is talking about things being put to a halt. And this is reminding me of the Hermit energy and of the Rejoice and the Fool reverse energy. So this is for me talking about when will it manifest, and with the oppression or competition or oppressing yourself card, I think this will manifest whenever you are able to reach a moment of stillness and of quiet productivity, where you're in flow, focused, doing your thing while your mind can only think of that thing. Like, you're not on overdrive, you're not anxious, you're not overthinking, you're not overplaying things in your head, you're just in the moment creating. When you're able to achieve that, bam, success. So be aware of how you're feeling throughout this process and your answers shall appear. I love you so much, Saggies. Thank you for watching till the end. Thank you for liking this video. It shows me that you appreciate my content. Thank you for sharing my video by clicking the share button under this video. Thank you for everyone who already subscribed. You give me life. If you did not subscribe yet and you're watching this video, please do. This is your biggest emotional support for me to continue doing what I'm doing on a daily basis. Thank you for leaving me a comment, whether it's a comment of appreciation or sharing a personal experience. They help me get to know you more and bond with you and connect with you. I always reply to those. So yeah, stay blessed, aligned, and connected. I love you so much, my dear Saggies.